Hello and welcome to the Kilobits at Rezzed. I'm Rick and I'm here with Thomas and Thomas, who, it's actually in Dutch and my tongue just falls apart when I try it, so I very definitely apologise for that straight away, who are Self-Made Miracle, who've made this indescribably addictive circus action survival platformer, what was it called?
Penarium.
There we go, straight from the horse's mouth. So, I'm stumped. Where would you possibly find the inspiration for a game like this?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think this game was kind of created out of 2 weeks of short little game sessions. So we created this little small games and we tried to find this right concept of our next game. And we designed this game where you have these elements, which is the game right now. These protagonists who are attacking you from the top and the bottom, and you have to just jump around and evade all those traps. And that's how the game was born. So in the end, we added like this circus theme, and there came in blood, and it became kind of crazy. But it was like this process of
we do a lot of jams, and like sometimes it's shit, sometimes it's just like, oh wow, this works, and then we do it over. So yeah, that's where it comes from.
That's a really good technique, actually, for finding something that works. And this definitely works. Toby and I have both been playing it. I'm terrible at it, but enjoy it immensely. Toby is some kind of protege, being 18 points off of the lifetime total of the creator.
He played like one time. He's the best player I've seen who played this once.
He beat my high score in his first run. Yeah. My high score ever.
Well, there you go. Well, Toby loves games like this, and everyone should love a game like this. So, you said you about 4 months. You said you've been going. Like, do you have big plans for it? Is it just going to be this, but on a larger scale, or do you have lots of things you want to bring in?
Well, currently it's this arcade game with one level, but we want to add multiple modes. So we're working on a multiplayer mode with you've got 2 players, so there are 2 players in the arena. We're also working on a mode where one player controls the elements and the other player just evades the elements, like the game is now. We're working on a card system which gives the player the extra abilities like armor, or maybe run faster, or jumping higher to add some more depth into the game. And we're also working on a challenge mode, so you get these challenges like they're like 20 rockets following you, and you have to survive for a minute. So we want to broaden the game some more up, offer a bit more content. We're also adding some more levels, so it will be a bigger game than it is now.
The core loop is just 5 seconds of the game, but like if we can stretch it out with a lot of modes and a lot of unlockables, collectibles, and we're aiming to with new stuff, we're trying to really stretch out the lifetime of this game. Like, if you buy this, you can play this game having fun for hours and hours. That's what we're going for.
That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. Your core concept, as I've played, is it's so addictive, and it's addictive I can imagine it be addictive for gamers of all skill levels. It's the kind of challenging which isn't frustrating, and you've sort of, for what you say yourself, a very early concept with lots of things still to add to it, you've put together really sort of, I think it's definitely going to be a winning concept, and I think it's going to be great. So, how many iterations of the game have you gone through? Like you said, you went through you've gone through the game jamming process. Has it changed much from its original vision?
I think in the core it's the same. I mean, you've got these elements which attack you and you have to survive. That's the same thing. And the rest changed. I mean, the art style changed. We had
a jungle fight where you were a chameleon, and
in the beginning it was this factory setting. This is you've got these machines who attack you. It's very fabric-y like. But we wanted to change that because fabric setting is something that's done before. A factory setting, I'm sorry, it's what's been done before. So we were aiming for something different. We wanted to be this really bizarre game, and that's why we chose the circus theme. So that changed, and we made iterations into the circus theme. It was first, now it's a daylight level. It was night before, and I mean, I think the art has 3 major overhauls in total.
I gotta say, I kind of struck. I'm not saying I'm lucky, but I just started working on it, and I was like, oh, this this suits me. This game suits me. So I think I hit a good first point, and then I did some cycles and redos. But the most important thing is that first it was set at night, because that's darker and it's more grim and evil. Because that was one of the things we're going for. But if you play the game outside on your mobile phone, or like when the sun is like in your screen, the black screen and the dark background, they don't work very well. So we just chose this really good blue, full moon sky.
And something we also did was designing the elements was also kind of a challenge, because it has to be really, really fun. That's the goal. It had to be fun. So we designed like 100 elements, and then created it like really early versions and let people would play. And only when it was really fun, when people had to smile, then we kept it, and the rest we just threw away.
Yeah, some of them were extremely mean. Extremely mean.
Some were just not fun.
Not fair, not fun.
Not fair.
So we've obviously played this on the Apple, and you were showing Fran a little iPhone version. Has that sort of precise level of control been hard to turn to a mobile format? Are you going to continue that, or do you think you're not going to be able to maybe showcase it properly?
Well, the thing is, the controls of the games are very simple. You just run and jump. So you've got like 3 buttons. You run to the left, you run to the right, and you jump. So it works on iOS or on mobile as well. So we're going to pursue that as well, and make an iOS version, which will be later than the computer version we're working on right now. But we're going to pursue it, and it's going to work. It's going to work. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Great. I mean, that seems to cover that nicely. Not being in the game industry myself, I can see how there might have been issues transferring it to mobile, but if it's as simple as that, then that's brilliant. Primarily PC, are you going sort of early access green lighting, or are you going to release it as a full product?
We're not sure yet how it's going to look like, how we're going to bring it to Steam, but we're thinking. We're not sure. We want to go to Steam. That's the first goal we're going to do, and how we're going to do that, we're not sure yet. So it's kind of, we don't know yet.
Well, if it hits Steam Greenlight, you've got at least 2 votes, because I couldn't tear myself away from this. Instantly addictive, which is a fantastic quality, but without the frustration. As much as there's a comparison to the speed and gore of something like, say, Super Meat Boy, you haven't got that ridiculous, frustrating difficulty on top of that. It just kind of curves up slowly, and that's really nice as well. Well, fantastic. I know it's very early. I know we're probably the first people to really talk to you about it, but if people wanted to know about it, where would be the best place to look? Does it have a website yet?
It's Penarium.com. It's like Penarium.com. It's a hard name.
Good at just spelled it.
Yeah.
Good at just spelled it.
Well, it's on the screen every sort of minute or so. Fantastic. Right. So before we close it off, why don't you just give us one last really big plug in your own words? How would you describe it to someone who can't see this screen?
Okay, so Prenarium is this game about a boy called Willy, and he's trapped in an evil circus forever, and he has to evade all these crazy death traps like rockets and fire and water cannons and boulders and saws and all crazy stuff, and you have to evade them, and you have to survive and survive. It's this crazy circus themed game. So
it's a frantic circus arcade survival platform action
also
game.
Yeah.
And 70. Yeah.
How could you possibly argue with that? Right, well, I've got to say, thank you very much for agreeing to talk to us. It's been an absolute pleasure seeing this. I can see it going big places. It's the ultimate, sit down and play it for 10 minutes or sit down and play it for 10 hours. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for talking to the Kilobits.
Thanks for having us.
Well, no problem at all. Absolutely any time. We look forward to seeing it develop. If you've liked the video and want to see a little bit more from the Kilobits, you can like and subscribe. If you want to find out a little bit more about us on Facebook, we're on facebook.com/the Kilobits. You can follow us on Twitter @the Kilobits. And we very much hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much.